100 Trumps versus AOC and Jasmine Crockett. The clapback apocalypse.
Tom Homan, then acting director of ICE, said that he was going to threaten to refer me to DOJ. Do I look like I care?
Look, she's the dumbest congresswoman ever elected to Congress, and she proves that every day.
Troops. I've got to try and keep a straight face. Welcome to America's least favorite group project. 100 Trumps versus 2 women with a spine. Yeah.
You know what I can't name? I can't name one Democrat. I mean, I look at the Democrats, they're in total disarray. They have a new person named Crockett. I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person.
He also called you low IQ. I'm sure you're aware of that. Would you be willing to take an IQ test publicly, head-to-head against the President of the United States?
Absolutely.
Now, you'd think 1 Trump was enough, like a cockroach in your cereal. But no, we've got 100. A full clone of Army Orange Spray Tan and Wounded Ego. Lined up like confused contestants on The Apprentice. The Psycho Ward edition. And who are they up against? Not tanks, not missiles, not somebody from MSNBC or CNN with a clip-bait microphone.
Anybody who complains about the microphone is not having a good night.
No, just 2 women, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Don't tell me that this is about a condemnation of anti-Semitic remarks. This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single apology.
Time has expired.
My life was threatened. Thank you.
And Jasmine Crockett, but not any 2 women. They're armed only with intelligence receipts and a kind of side eye that could knock Mike Pence back into the wardrobe.
And then we realized they ain't shit.
Anyway, here's the plot. Trump gets rattled, not by NATO, not by China, it's a bad impression, but by AOC and Crockett, absolutely eviscerating his nonsense in public. He's trembling, imagine like Rudy Giuliani near a subpoena. Yeah. What does Trump do? Does he respond like a calm, rational statesman? Yeah. No. He unleashes the Kraken. And by Kraken, I haven't heard that word for a while, I mean a bizarre backup squad of washed-up MAGA cheerleaders. You want to know who's there? Oh, you got Kristi, I shot my dog, but I'm a family values person, Noem. Yeah. Pam, lawyered up, but can't count Bondi.
Which saved, are you ready for this, media? 258 million lives.
Tom, oh yes, I must be right. Her man.
Hello, I'm Tom Homan. You know I wake up every morning pissed off.
And of course, Fox News, the human centipede of misinformation.
Whatever Trump says
Is our gospel now.
This is a time to be dumb forever. Oh no, you let Pete drive?
Pam Bondi actually claimed fentanyl was killing 258 Americans. Pam, that's everyone. That's more than probably you put Mexico, Canada, and America together. At this point, Alexa's like, girl, do you need a calculator?
To have the sitting attorney general go on, and I'm going to call it faux news. I know some of y'all love it, but it's fake to me. To have her go on Fox News and to then decide that she wanted to send a threat to me, it was wrong. Because here it is, she is the highest law enforcement agent in this country, and people are watching and they are consuming this information and they are believing that simply because I decided that I wanted to exercise my right to free speech, which I am not abridged from doing, that she then wanted to then politicize something that should not be politicized. I don't like Elon Musk. I'm going to say it 50,000 times. I don't like him. I don't like that he going out there and he firing people. I think that he's a crook because somehow the rest of us can't sit around and get whatever federal contracts we want. The rest of us can't sit around and get law enforcement and get them somehow ordained as federal law enforcement to protect him. The rest of us can't get our dealerships protected by the federal government. That is somebody that is operating above the law. For whatever reason, just because he has a lot of money, more money than everybody else. And yes, I am happy to see that on my birthday, which is what I said, there were peaceful protests around this world against him because he is a problem. And so you never should have somebody that is sitting that high and is going to sit up here and threaten a sitting member of Congress when she knew good and well, if she watched the entire thing, that I specifically told protesters to make sure you consult with lawyers, just like I've told protesters over and over and over in the history of me advising people to go out and exercise their constitutional right. The fact that there are other sitting members that have received letters of threat from this new DOJ tells me that they are about retribution and they are not about following the law.
Your words have consequences. And what happened after she said that about Elon Musk, she's a Texan in her own home state. After she said that, this morning, 3 explosive devices were found in Austin, Texas. So she needs to unequivocally denounce the violence. She must apologize immediately, not only to all Texans, but to our country, to the American shareholders of Tesla, because she is promoting violence. And then you showed the clip of what she said about Senator Cruz. I believe she probably will be censured by Congress for saying that. You know, people don't learn. She's using her public persona, her public platform to increase her followers, to increase her significance, and she is threatening lives, safety. You know, when she did this at Tesla, Sean, people's lives are in danger. This is America. We're in a free country, and she's yet encouraging this violence in our country.
Then you got Kristi Noem, who tried to come for Jasmine Crockett while defending Trump. As if she hadn't just confessed to publicly executing her own dog. Anyway, Jasmine clapped back so hard, the entire state of South Dakota needed emotional support.
Right, and that is what's so dangerous. This administration has someone that is heading up DHS that is going out there cosplaying with guns that it's clear she don't even know how to operate the guns.
And Tom Homan, he warned AOC, shouting, "Don't mess with me," and AOC said back, "Oh, honey, I'm from the Bronx. We mess for sport." My money's on AOC, by the way.
And when we first did one of these seminars, Tom Homan, then acting director of ICE, said that he was going to threaten to refer me to DOJ because I'm using my free speech rights in order to advise people of their constitutionally guaranteed protections. And he may want to do it again today. And to that I say, come for me. You're going to have to come for me. Do I look like I care? Because the way that we guarantee in this moment, when people say, how do we protect against everything that's going on? How do we make sure that what can we do to prevent this erosion, all this stuff that's happening? We do it by exercising and using our constitutional rights. Our rights are use it or lose it. So we need to use it. And we need to challenge them. So don't let them intimidate you into thinking that you're doing something wrong by telling people what their actual legal constitutional rights are. There's nothing wrong about it, and there's nothing illegal about it. And if they want to make it illegal, they can come take me. That's how I feel about it.
I'm proud to be a part of this administration. We're not stopping. I don't care what the judges think. I don't care what the left thinks. We're coming.
He's trying to act tough while sounding like, I don't know, a substitute teacher with a clipboard full of L's.
They're not going to silence me.
Yeah. This MAGA attack plan was like trying to fight off Beyonce with a kazoo. You sent the JV team into the arena with gladiators of wit and AOC clapping back, I would say like a Shakespearean villain on Red Bull. 1-0 to her, easy. And Jasmine Crockett, she called out Trump so thoroughly, I swear the Secret Service started Googling witness protection for narcissists.
They've gone crazy. They've gone crazy. How about this new one they have? Their new star, Crockett. How about her? Is that real? Are they serious about?
I've got to be so careful here. I don't get myself in trouble. All right, let me do my voiceover here. 100 Trumps entered the chat, but none of them could take a single woman who passed 10th grade civics. Bad voiceover. The Trump clones just sat there, glitching like ChatGPT with a bad internet connection.
Donald Trump would sell this country for $1.
It's like watching the group therapy session at Mar-a-Lago, hosted by Alex Jones and Judge Janine with vodka shots for breakfast. Is she sober, that lady?
Of course, I mean, we should never take impeachment off the table. We should never take, where we see law breaking, we should never take accountability off the table. And I don't think that we should be, promising anything the way that Trump tries to promise certain, locking up his political enemies. But I do believe that our legal processes exist for a reason. Impeachment exists for a reason, and it should absolutely be on the table. It should be on the table for every president. Every president should know that if you break the law, you could be prone to removal from office. Trump seems to be doing, from tweeting people to buy stock and then later announcing his development on taxes. If people are pissed about insider trading here at the House, look at what's happening at the White House right now and with the Republican Party.
Do you think he knew what he was doing when he sent out that message about stocks before he made the announcement?
It sure seemed like he did.
But this opposition, what we see with Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and and all these billionaires that think they can buy our democracy with a check, I have a message for them. All of the things that they tell people is who to be afraid of. That's right. It's all about who they're afraid of. They're scared of people coming with nothing but the shirt on their back trying to start their country.
And still not a dent. AOC and Jasmine just walked away untouched, unfazed. Doesn't matter what he says, where he says it. Yeah. Excuse the cliche. Water off a duck's back. That's what happens. So anyway, this is the question. Next time Trump gets scared by a smart woman, maybe, bit of advice, don't unleash the political equivalent of a Facebook comment. Well, it's a Facebook comment section with head lice. Because this week, the Trumps brought 100 loudmouths and the ladies brought back facts, fire and flawless edges. I'd like to say they wiped the floor, but that would kind of imply that these Trump MAGA men, 100 Trumps, ever stood up in the first place. No. And they're off in the 103-day Trump derby. Out of the gate, it's Executive Order Express, galloping wildly across constitutional lines like it's never seen a check or balance before. Changing fast on the inside lane, Sarah Tantrum, flanked by Elon Esquerra and the cabinet member Musk, both neck and neck, desperately trying to out-crazy each other while crashing into the global economy. Here comes Caroline Word Salad Yvette, swerving left, then right, then straight into a press gaggle, shouting common sense while holding a printed-out meme as her policy paper. DEI destroyer pulls ahead, issuing a flurry of bans, cancellations, and oh wait, stuck in a court injunction that's going to cost him in the final stretch. Down the backstretch, fake Melania 3.0 is trotting along the ghost of Rudy Giuliani holding hands with Senator Gates Lightyear, who's clearly not supposed to be on this track anymore. Meanwhile, Jim Jordan is sprinting shirtlessly and sweating Red Bull, shouting Hunter Biden at every hurdle, despite the fact this isn't even his race. We got Pete Hegseth drunk on power and possibly box wine, riding backwards yelling we're draining the swamp while the alligators take selfies in the background. Now entering the chaos corner in MAGA, that clown car, spewing out pardons for Jan 6 rioters like it's a pest dispenser, followed closely by Fox News apology bus driven by Jesse Waters spinning donuts in legal disclaimers. Oh, a pile up on the foreign policy turn. Trump has just called Zelensky a show pony and tried to auction off NATO to the highest bidder. Their State Department stretcher crew is now on the track. At the final furlong, a price inflation makes a surprise burst, reminded everyone that DI didn't bring the cost of breakfast down. And wait, Chuck, I'm still here, Schumer tries to enter the race. 2 minutes later, wearing a helmet backwards. Coming into the final stretch, Trump's unstable genius is kept. He's off the saddle, tweeting mid-race while Elon Musk is now trying to rename the racetrack X, saying it will disrupt hooves, and it's a photo finish. We got America's sanity staggering across the line, wondering how we got here, while accountability is still stuck at the starting gate, refused entry due to the lack of ID, and the winner is chaos again for the 103rd day in a row.